Welcome back to UniXDB. Today we're going to talk about the black cards for Battle Evolution. It's going to be a little shorter on content today. One, because black generally just doesn't have the largest card pool in any set. And two, none of these cards affect Dark Broly. So I'm not actually going to talk about them. Thank you guys for coming to watch, and I will see you guys the next time you decide to join Universe X. Later. In all seriousness though, we're going to talk about these cards, even if they don't have any support for Dark Broly. So, as always, make sure that you join the Facebook group if you haven't already. It is the largest source of information for our TCG, and it needs to grow. I believe it is crucial to keeping our game alive. So, just follow the link in the description, that's tight. Also in the description, I've got my Discord if you want to chat with the bros, the community, myself. Hop in, bro. Just hop in. Or sis. Whoever's playing. Whoever's watching, hop in. Lastly, we're still on the road to 1,000. I am very grateful for everyone's support. And I'm just trying to get more of it. Trying to make more content that people like so that we can keep going and going until we reach that magical milestone and then keep moving past. So any support helps. And I'm actually gonna thank you guys again. Like, I've got another giveaway planned. Should go live Saturday, Monday, or Tuesday. We're gonna see, and just look out for that. It's gonna be pretty nice. So that being said, let's jump right into the black cards for Battle Evolution. The first thing we got is Bulma. She's a leader card. Now she has a first permanent that's going to attempt to make up for the fact that there's a lot of cards that should be in this archetype that were printed before this archetype. And this fact says that all Pan, Bulma, Chi-Chi's, Videl, Mai's, My Futures, Android 18s, and battle cards in area gain Heroine. And are treated as if they have no specified cost. It's going to allow you to play a deck that uses all these characters, of course, but it's also going to protect itself against the fact that, again, this keyword or this trait was not here until this set. Permanent, you can't play non-heroine battle cards. Cool. Auto once per turn. When you play a card, draw one card. Then this card and the card you play get plus 5,000. That's pretty cool. And then your life is at 5 or less. You may draw one card, switch up to one of your energy active mode, then flip this card over. Excellent. Now we're going to go to its backside. Bulma, life of a heroine. She's still got the same permanents, and then she still has the same ones per turn. But activate battle once per turn, choose one of your battle cards and you gain plus 5,000 power for battle. Interesting. So the cool thing to note is that this leader has a once per turn, but not during your turn. So you're going to be able to draw and pump once per turn, either player's turn. So if you have a steady supply of maybe counter cards that come out in your opponent's turn, then you're going to, that are also heroines, you're going to be able to, actually this is when you play a card, but they have to be heroine, yeah. So you're going to be able to play these things. I mean, there's a Videl Negate that came from the World Tournament set. And it just you could play that and draw a card on your opponent's turn while negating an attack. So I think this deck is going to go through its cards fairly quickly, and that's a cool thing. The next card we have on the list is Bulma, Inspiring Support. Super combo. When this card is played, draw one card. Cool. If your leader card is a World Tournament or Heroine card, when this card is used in a combo, it gains plus 10,000 combo power for the turn. And then if it's your opponent's turn, it gains additional 2k for each battle card or each color in your energy. So if they consider black a color, which I believe they do because they start asking you to tap specific black energy, not colorless, I think that this card on defense can become a 20k super combo, which is pretty unique. On offense, it's still only going to be 10k. Now, the interesting thing is, I think because of this defensive bit, this doesn't draw when you combo with it. You would have to play it out and keep it untapped and hopefully not have it be destroyed or removed from the board in order to use it as a combo after drawing. So that's definitely very interesting. But as we were just talking about, this deck does allow you to draw fairly often, so maybe they decided that you did not need it. Next, we have Android 8, Helping a Friend. I already kind of don't like this card, not because of its effect, but because Bandai refuses to let this deck die. Why is this deck getting support? I haven't seen skillless Kid Goku in a tournament in years. So I just don't know why they refuse to, whatever. I guess this Evolution Booster is all about touching old sets and bringing them back to relevance. So I can't be sad or annoyed when they bring back one of the more popular "why won't this deck die" decks. So we've got Android 8 helping a friend. Activate main once per turn. If your leader card is a black Son Goku childhood card and you place one 4-star Dragon Ball in your hand and discard it, or you choose one and discard it, play one black battle card from your drop area with energy cost of 5,000, or energy cost of 1, 5,000 power or less, and a different card name from any battle cards you haven't played. Well, let me tell you, we have a lot of one-drop floodgates in black. So this card is going to be able to not only just fetch your, Son Goku the Adventure Begins, but it's going to be able to fetch all of these floodgates. Your Kamis, your Dendays, your Black Mass Sands, your Son Goku True Fighting Spirit, like anything. And that's actually pretty interesting that it's going to be able to do all this. That makes this card not just linear, not just one-dimensional. That makes this card potentially an asset like that may just be staple. I mean, the ability just to fish up your floodgates that's pretty unparalleled. The next card, Catapesla Modular Mastery. When this card is played, add up to one black Catapesla card from your energy cost of 2 from your drop area to your hand. And then you can activate main 2 if your leader card is black and you have 4 more energy. If you would activate an evolve skill on the black Catapesla card in your hand this turn, you may do so without paying its cost. This is interesting because what this guy is going to do, this is not necessarily a startup chain, if I'm not mistaken. You can start it at the base with this, but also this could be how you reestablish your chain. You can play this card, get the 2-drop or anything from your grave, right? Or 2 or more. So you pick up the piece you don't have from your grave, and then you pay 2 more energy, so a total of 3 energy, to go back up the chain, however you see fit. I like that. Just in case you already like Catapesla, this is a card that's going to be able to bring more consistency to the deck and not just leave you out in the wind when your chain gets bodied. Simple, sweet, effective. I like it. Now next one, you have Toa, the next move. Blocker, auto for 1 colorless. When you activate an Overlord skill, if you don't have a copy of this card in play, you may play this card from your deck. And if you do, look at the bottom card of your deck, and if the battle card was Servant and an energy cost of 3 or less, you may play it in rest mode with its skills negated for the turn. Otherwise, return it to the bottom of your deck. This is very interesting because Overlord was a flash in the pan. It kind of came and went. Every now and then you can use it on, with Broly to better control your setup. Definitely use it in Baby because Baby has so little draw. You have to use Overlord to try to start getting different cards to your hand. But this card is going to be able to start recycling some of your Overlord abilities or your servants so that Overlords can do things. I think this is a much better card in Baby where, you are going to have multiple Overlords on the board, then sometimes you don't have as many servants as you need. And this is going to be able to help that. And it's a blocker. So it'll come out, help you draw another card, as well as being able to stop an attack if it stays in the field. Pretty neat. Now we got Playtime's Over. We skipped over uncommons because they didn't make a single new uncommon for black because Shafted. But we have this card. Playtime's Over. Counterattack. If your leader card is black, negate the attack, then play up to 1 black battle card with an energy cost of 1 from your drop area with its skills negated for turn. Okay. So here's the thing. Lots of people have been talking about this because of Dark Broly, the amount of 1-drops that it has that are crucial to its playstyle. Well, it's kind of interesting because you notice that most of these Dark Broly cards specifically say this card's skills cannot be negated in any area, and you can't play this card from any area unless your leader card is a Dark Broly card. So presumably, Playtime's Over cannot negate these effects, meaning you could play Playtime's Over and bring out My Cats Are Wild again and bring out a Toa that searches Dragon Ball, search a Dragon Ball towards the end of your opponent's turn on your opponent's last swing to set yourself up. You could play Dark Broly in their last swing, and depending on the deck, they might not be able to interfere or interact with it at all. So you have a free ride to your Broly. These are all pretty cool. Okay. So I don't think this takes the place of Power Burst because Power Burst will put the 5k in your hand where it's less susceptible to being removed. before people swing. It also can be used for sparking, which is still something that happens. Now, a lot of people kind of keep their life total up, so sparking may not be relevant until it's relevant, but it does become relevant at one point. So is this card going to replace Power Burst? I don't think so. But I think in a slower format, this card is actually going to be a much better card because it allows you to set up on your opponent's turn to keep energy up on your turn. I also feel like there could be some places where I would still want to even test this in this format. I would just have to see. So this is definitely going to go on my list for things I want to test, but I definitely like it. Speaking of not letting decks die though, we've got a new SR for Skillless Goku. Son Goku, the Path to Power. Unique Double Strike. Auto. When this card attacks, play up to one skillless battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less from your drop area, and it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. Activate main 2. If your leader card is a sand card, and your opponent has 2 or more energy, and you have 2 or more skillless battle cards in your drop area, play this card from your hand. This is very neat. This is a 25k double strike that comes down for 2 on turn 2 at the latest. Or at the earliest. And that is pretty monumental already. He's going to be able to pretty much get that attack through almost any time in the game. Well, any game you play that early. And then he's going to be able to provide another attack. Like, he can swing and then just provide another 10k that goes up to 15k. But it's also 2 or less, right? So he can potentially bring out a 20k and bring it up to 25k. And that 25k can swing on an opponent's battle card. He can swing on the battle card and then bring out a 25k, and that can swing on the battle card. Like, this card is amazing. Like, actually amazing. It's pretty ridiculous how strong this card is. So, I mean, this may actually mean the deck is going to see play again because, again, this card is strong. Moving on to the secret rare. Now, it's kind of funny because we were talking in a group chat, me and my friends, and we were saying what the secret going to be, and I said, I believe it's going to be a pan, and that pan's going to have a bunch of female heroes behind her, and it'll be like, you know, like lineage, heroine's lineage. See, I can actually, like, let me see if I can find the thing. I'll find the like little thingy-bobber, the chat, and I'll put it on the screen or something. But I definitely called this, but I thought it was going to be battle card. I said if it wasn't this, I also could see like maybe a Dr. Gero with all of his androids behind him, like Machinations of the Red Ribbon Army or something like that. But they made it heroes, heroine's lineage, and it's interesting. So look, ultimate, and it's an extra card. Activate main for 5. Remove this card in your drop area from the game. Choose any number of heroine cards from your hand with energy cost of 5 or less in different card names. The energy adds up to 10 and play them. Choose up to one of these cards and it gains 5,000 power for the turn. Activate battle. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 7 or less and gain control of it. Okay. I don't mean to be brutal, but let's be real. This card asks you to pay 5, which means you have to survive the 5 energy and be comfortable tapping out. Not in this format. It's also gonna take, you know, as many things that cost 5 or less that add up to 10. That could be 2 creatures, well, 2 battle cards. That could be 3. That could be 4. But if it's 4, the more battle cards you put out, chances are the lower value they're going to have because they're small. Only one of them gains 5k. And then activate battle. When your opponent has 3 or more energy, you can take something with 7 costs or less and gain control of it. That means it can't have barrier, all right? And you can take your opponent's Gotenks. You can take your opponent's Bergamo. You can take your opponent's Dark Broly, although it's kind of useless after that. You can take your opponent's, Heartfelt Plea, that's pretty neat. There's a lot of cards you can take with this. But I don't know. Now, it is cool how it's activate battle. Look, this thing just looks like it snatches all your opponent's cards. Alright? So that's kind of that. Interesting. We're going to look at this a little harder because that's kind of weird. But yeah, so that's the black reveal. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are as sad as I am. There was no Dark Broly love sitting in here. But we're going to keep it moving. And yeah. So far, this set's actually looking like something that's worth picking up. kind of sad that since the planning was so close, they probably could have just added Heroine to Supreme Kai. But if you had Heroine on that card, you probably weren't going to use this card. For real, for real. So that is that. Hope you guys like the content. I'll be back in about 2 days, and I will see you guys the next time you decide to join Universe X. Later.